Today we're going to show you how to measure fly rod class tippet and shock tippets for IGFA records. IGFA rules for fly fishing stipulate that you must have at least 15 inches of class tippet, and in the case of the shock tippet you're allowed no more than 12 inches. And for the shock tippet it must be measured from the eye of the hook to the single strand of the class tippet. So let's go ahead and measure this example to see if it's compliant or not. What we're going to do first is go to where the butt section of the fly leader meets the class tippet. We'll go to that knot and we'll measure inside that knot to the inside of the knot for where the class tippet meets the shock tippet. And in this case it's just at 15 inches, actually a hair over, so the class tippet would be considered compliant. Now, moving on to the shock tippet, we're going to go ahead and measure from the single strand of the class tippet on the other side of the knot here to the eye of the hook. Remember, in this case, the shock tippet may not be any more than 12 inches. And we're looking like we're a little bit over 11.5 inches, so the shock tippet is indeed compliant. So remember, if you're pursuing IGFA records, fly rod records, your shock tippet can't be any more than 12 inches, and that's measured from the eye of the hook to the single strand of the class tippet. And then your class tippet must be at least 15 inches between the knots.